I'm making a shirt, granny square like cardigan vibe, you know? And working on this one, and I gotta make quite a few more. And I'm gonna make some smaller ones too, so that it's like different size granny squares, you know? Anyway, I've been listening to the book Ariadne. Really good so far. If you guys have any more books to recommend, please recommend, because I want to read good books. Alright, here is another granny square. I finally just finished weaving the ends. Try not to mind the extreme messiness of my room. I am currently sewing a dress and I'm not doing very good at cleaning up all the scraps afterwards. Also making this cardigan for my brother for his birthday. So far I've made 27 big granny squares and 40 little granny squares because I want to make it like a mismatched shape and sizes, you know? Or just sizes, they're all squares. Those 40 mini granny squares equivalates with 10 big granny squares. So technically, if you want to do the math, I've made 37 big granny squares. I'm going to set them all up right now and just see what it looks like if I were to. The front and the back, I'm gonna need about 50 granny squares. It's gonna be big and oversized because like he's a very tall guy. And I have to figure out the sleeves. So I'm not even close to done. His birthday's in like 2 weeks, so wish me luck. My dog is just in the way, per usual. That's just one panel, it's huge. Like, to give you a comparison, it's the vibe. Dude, okay, Mozzie's just ruining it, but it took me about 30 minutes to make one big granny square, and if I need 50 just for the front and the back, so 30 minutes times 50. For 2, that's 1 hour. Okay, so 25 hours just for the front and back if I did that correctly. And then I have to do the sleeves, which is gonna be a ton as well. I haven't done the math there yet, but basically it's a lot of my time. I love you, Mozzie. My dog is so cute, adorable puppy. Go up. Good. So now let's just go make like 100 more. I'm just kidding, I have no clue how many, but probably a lot.
I'm weaving the ends in as they go, just so that I won't have to weave in like a million ends at the end, because I know if that happened, I would cry myself to sleep every night for at least 3 months. Hey Dorothea, we all wanna be. The song Dorothea, so good. I don't know why people aren't talking about it more. It's amazing, but whatever. If I had to be one of the girlies from a Taylor Swift song, I'd probably choose Dorothea. I don't know, she just gives off good vibes. She gives off like strawberry picking, ribbon wearing, white lacy dress wearing, smoothie bowl eating, you know, crocheting, just like good vibes. That's the vibes that Dorothea gives off, and I'm here for it. Well, I mean, he did find her making out with Jeremiah on his car in his sweatshirt. Okay, this one took an above average time of 44 minutes. But to be fair, I had some yarn vomit and I was working with the worst cleaning yarn ever. I'm gonna go to bed now. Tis quite windy today. I just finished making this dress. Go check out the other video to see it. I do sincerely hope none of my neighbors are outside currently. You know what's like something I think about sometimes, usually when I'm driving somewhere? It's a weird fear of mine, not really a fear, but more of just like fear of embarrassment. Just picture this, you're driving somewhere. You are wearing mismatched socks, or you're wearing like leggings without underwear, like something like that, something like slightly embarrassing, but like not super bad. But then imagine you get in a car accident and then they have to take you to the hospital and they have to like strip you down, you know, to like
work on you, give you stitches or whatever, and they're like, wow, this girl is not wearing underwear. Like, it's not like embarrassing, but like it kind of is. What if you're just doing something embarrassing and then you like die or almost die, and then everyone knows?
An example right now, I haven't shaved my legs in like 2 weeks, and if I got in a car accident and then they needed to somehow like do something on my legs, I'd be like, wow, this girl's got hairy legs. Like that kind of vibe, you know? That's what I'm talking about when I say what I said.
My dog wants me to play with them. I spent all morning finishing this dress and my back is killing me. I'm so sick of granny squares. I keep seeing like super cute things that I could make, but I don't like starting a project until I finish one, or else I'll never finish it. And so I have to finish making all these granny squares to make this cardigan when I could be making other stuff. And the worst part is that this cardigan isn't even for me. You know, like I'm making something for someone else, but it's taking up all of my time. It's okay. I've just been procrastinating filming this process. I've made like almost 50 granny squares, and it's taken me this long to start like filming, because I'm like, oh, all I'm doing is making granny squares. I don't want to do that. But then I'm like, what am I gonna film then? If I don't film me making granny squares, what am I gonna do? All I have left to do after that is put the thing together. But no one wants to see that either. Why are you guys watching this video? But please don't leave. Stay here. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. I'm just kidding, but like that'd be helpful. But like you don't feel obligated, you know? Come here. Come back. Don't jump in the pool. No, Muzzy, don't jump in. Don't jump in. Don't jump in. No, Muzzy. No. Dang it. Dog, no. Shook all over. I know this is a common theme, but I hate weaving in my ends. Hello, friends. So I have a good amount of squares now, so I'm gonna lay them out and yeah. For those of you that came here for a tutorial, right here I'm going to tell you about how many granny squares I needed. For the back panel, it was 5 rows of 5, so that's 25 granny squares. Each of the big granny squares are 6 different rows. For the front panel, I used 2 rows of 5, and I did 2 of those, leaving the middle without any granny squares. For the sleeves, it was 3 rows of 3, so that's 9 granny squares. In total, if you add all of those up, it is 63 granny squares, and I also added some small granny squares. So 4 granny squares that have 3 rows are the same as 1 granny square with 6 rows. If you were to make 40 little granny squares, that would be the same as 10 big granny squares, meaning you'd only need to make 53 granny squares instead of 63. So you can add as many little ones or big ones as needed. So this is like the vibe, you know, of like the panels. You're gonna ruin it. So yeah, this, I'm going to stitch them together. You know I love you, buddy, but you can't be in here right now. He's a good boy. So far, got that and this. So I just gotta put them together and then do the rest of it. Like Conan Gray came out with his new song today. Me saying I'm obsessed is an understatement. No, because I've been listening to that song on repeat. Like, I've listened to it at least 15 times today. My dad's listened to it twice because I made him listen to it in the car. It's so good. I'm obsessed, like, for real. And I wore my Super 8 tour shirt because I went to his concert last year. So I wore that today, just, you know, for funsies, to celebrate. I'm so happy. I can't wait for his new album, which I don't know if it's gonna come, but it better. I love this man. It's unlikely, but Conan Gray, if you are watching this, which I know you aren't, but if you are, hit me up and I will make you a sweater and give it to you on the 3rd of December because you deserve it, okay?
I don't think you guys know how much I'm obsessed with Conan Gray. Like, Conan Gray and Taylor Swift are the only things that I'm listening to right now. It's slightly concerning, but I'm okay with it. Okay guys, I am literally on the last granny square, and this is the only color I have left besides this amount of white. So it's gonna be mostly this. We'll do the first row with the white and then the rest with that. I did just do dishes, so my fingers are pruny, and I hate the feel of yarn when my fingers are pruny, but that's okay, you know? I just want to get this done. It is my final granny square. Basically, my parents and my sister left the house to go to some church thing, but I stayed home, and they were like, you should do the dishes when I'm gone, and I was like, okay. Yeah, at the time I only had like 3 squares left, so I was like, all right, I'll finish one, and then I'm going to unload the dishwasher, and then I'm gonna finish another, and then I'm going to load the dishes, and then I'm gonna finish the last one. So now I'm on the last one because I just loaded the dishes. I didn't really want to do either. Definitely wanted to crochet more than do the dishes, but I'm kind of sick of it. But at the same time, I gotta finish it. So I was like, whatever, why not? I'll just procrastinate on both by doing something in between that I don't want to do as well. And it helps me get them both done. My brother's birthday is in 2 days, and I do still have to pack. And then I leave the day after his birthday. So I do have to finish this like pronto. So yeah, I'm about halfway done packing. I don't think it should take me too much longer, maybe like 2 or 3 more hours. I just have to put together the rest of the granny squares, which is going to take so long. It's literally horrible. But lately I've been like thinking about like selling some of the stuff that I make. So like crochet or sewing or something. But then every time I make a project, I like go through how much it would cost for someone to buy it off of me based on like the hours spent and the material. So then I'm like, no one would buy that off of me because I'm not like skilled enough to justify selling my products for that much. Because if I take this into account, after I'm done, on the low end, I spent 50 hours because I guess I'm like a slow crocheter or something, but 50 hours like minimum that I spent on this. And let's say I want to charge minimum $10 per hour, that's $500. Like no one's gonna buy this for 500 bucks, like come on. Plus the cost, it was probably about $30 in yarn. How do people sell these? And how do people buy them? My family did appear. I literally watched several seasons of Teen Wolf and listened to at least 2 books in the making of this. But yeah, dude, Teen Wolf is so good. I've seen this show. This is my 3rd time watching it, which is slightly concerning, but like they're so hot. Like we just got to season 4, and Liam, I'm sorry, I love Liam. And obviously Styles, we just finished the Void Styles season. That was amazing. Scott, he's pretty good most of the time as well. And Isaac, amazing. Derek, love Derek. Like every character in this show, like, I don't know, but the first time I watched it, I thought Deucalion was ugly. Rewatching it, I'm like, I'm kind of rethinking that decision because he's actually slightly attractive. And by slightly, I mean majorly. Like, Peter, why in the new movie is he hot? Like, I didn't remember him being that hot until the movie. Chris Argent, amazing. Like, they casted some hot men. And then obviously the girls are pretty too, like Allison and Lydia and Malia and Kira, they're all so pretty. What, like this cast, amazing. I'm just rambling about how much I love Teen Wolf because the characters are all hot. Ethan and Aiden, Danny, dude, like Coach, Sheriff, Melissa, like every character in that show is amazing. Even the evil ones, I'm like low-key, like most characters in that show, hot. Jackson, I forgot about him, hot. I have an obsession and that's okay. The yarn like fell on the floor and I'm too lazy to pick it up, so I just have to like keep doing this. Also, Conan Gray's new song is so good. I love Conan Gray. He's amazing. His voice, so good. Stupid yarn. But yeah, he's just perfection, pure perfection, just like the Teen Wolf cast. I've been packing, so there's lots of boxes, so there's not much room. So I'm gonna switch out some because these are all mostly the same color, and I don't want them to all be in the same sleeve, you know? Okay, I made progress. I didn't record this because I was listening to my book and I used my phone to record, so yeah. I finished the book actually. I was listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I have so far. I just need to add the sleeves so then I'll be able to sew it together.
or like stitch it together. But this took me so long just to like put together the squares. Wish me luck, I'm gonna crochet. Also, yes, I ate a smoothie bowl, that's why my mouth is like blue. Don't mind my soaking hair, but I did finish the jacket or cardigan, but I need to weave in all of these ends. There's so many. Let me just say I'm glad I weaved in the ends as I went with just the squares. I also added little buttons. How cute. There's 4 of them. Yeah, I just gotta weave in all of the ends. It's like so heavy. Yeah, exciting.